This is doing a locust rush as arbiter on bloodgulch. You only do it versus UNSC because locusts are terrible versus the covenant leaders. So yeah, you start off with a temple and a warehouse, and the second my arbiter comes up, I am going to queue up a suicide grunt. I'm going to head over to my supply pad. Or not supply hook. Then I'm going to grab my supply hook, and then I'm going to wander on down to the reactor hook and take that. And I'll have a factory up by then. Then I'll make some locusts. This is really effective. Your main threats while doing this is maybe tanks, but if there's one tank out, one or two tanks out, you do have an arbiter and you do have a supply hook, so you should be good on raging. Like, good, you should be able to rage it down and be fine. There I raged down the rebel sniper, so I wouldn't take much damage, and then I kind of just hacked the other one to death. You do kind of want to avoid taking lots of damage in case you do have to deal with tanks. Another threat to this is Spartans. Getting your locust jacks is terrible. Another bad thing is make sure you spread out your locusts, because you don't want to lose a bunch of locusts to one mag blast or one carpet bomb. And here I keep on deciding whether I'm going to rage or not, and I decide to rage them all down, and I'm going to gather the supplies. Now I'm going to pop in my suicide grunt and take the reactor. So there I had, while I was doing that, I built 3 more warehouses, and there's a factory coming up.
Factory complete.
I had upgraded my base so I can make a hall to make jackals to prevent jacking. If you're doing this on Perth, basically minus the supply hook, you can't really make jackals. Ghost will also work, just not as well. And so now I'm moving my arbiter down to be ready to attack. I normally come in once I have 2 locusts and a few jackals or ghosts. You should attack. Your first thing you should attack is a barracks, and then a vehicle depot or air pad or whatever their unit producing thing is. Then after that, just take out supply pads. Also kill turrets. Locust to outrange turrets, which I kind of am too lazy to do here. But really, I should have backed up the locust, got it out of range. I'm just popping in a bunch of jackals and ghosts to prevent jacking. And his vehicle depot was still building, so I went and killed that real quick. And there's the Spartan jacking, but between my jackals and ghosts and everything, that gets solved quickly. So there I kill his building vehicle depot. I keep on popping in jackals. Okay, I need to work my way over to the barracks to kill it so I don't have to deal with Spartans anymore. And once again, I have enough stuff to kill the Spartan. Okay, There he comes. He tries to come with another Spartan. And I kill it. If you're facing this, you can cryojack, come at them with multiple instead of like one at a time. Really, if you let them get to this point, you've pretty much lost. It takes some serious luck to pull off a win from here. There he tries to jack. I let a vehicle depot up, and thanks to locust long range, I kill it, or will kill it. And yeah, from pretty much here, it's pretty much game over. I'm gonna make hunters instead of jackals at this point, just for more building damage. And now it's just waiting for the base to die. I don't know why I built the Wraith, but I wouldn't build a Wraith, I'd just keep it up with the Locust. Pretty much it. There goes the base. And there goes the... yeah, there goes the base, and I pretty much win. This is stopping the Arbiter Locust Rush as Cutter. It's actually extremely easy to do. Most of the time, when you're playing Cutter on this map, you will make an elephant and send it to your supply elevator. Instead of doing that, I'm going to make an elephant and send it to my reactor hook. This only works versus Arbiter, not versus Brute or Prophet. Because since an Arbiter can't attack a unit inside a hook, if I put a unit inside the hook, he's going to have to make jackals to be able to get me out of the hook. So by taking the hook before he takes it, he can't make locust, since they're tech 2. So here my elephant comes out, and I'm going to send it to my reactor. Now if you're playing Forge or Anders, you can just go like Barrack second, and then make a bunch of flamethrowers and marines and send it there. Or you could just spawn camp and make sure none of his suicide grunts ever make it past his portal, and he'll have to recall. This is easier to do though, and you won't lose a bunch of hogs. And so I'm just gonna send it over and park my elephant in front of the hook. I don't do this, but once you clear, I'd probably move your elephant because the Arbiter will be showing up here shortly, and that way you can keep your elephant alive. So I pop him into the hook. Now I'm at tech 2. I'm just gonna make a vehicle depot since tanks are awesome, and we'll counter a delayed locust rush because the Arbiter will probably get a haul up to make jackals. But yeah, see here, the Arbiter is gonna like kill my elephant out of frustration. This doesn't really ensure you winning, but most likely, it just makes it a lot easier for you. That's pretty much it.
Vehicle depot